Hi everybody, it's June 27th, 2022. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, but first we're going to look at what I said on Friday, see where we are. I'd gone over the fact that we had 5 waves up off the low in place, and there was likely a, somewhere around 70% chance, better than half anyway, that the bottom is already in. We still have to continue following the expectations needed in order to increase our confidence, but the signs are pointing toward the end of that bear market and the return of the bull. So at the time on Friday, I was looking for two scenarios. Basically, either that we'd already completed our second wave with the move to 19.7 that we saw, or potentially that we hadn't done that second wave yet, and maybe we need to dip back down into the 19K region first. And then the bearish alternative was if we only get up to about 23 to 25 and then break down, it's possible for this to go lower. But so basically, none of this has yet come to fruition. This obviously was not a sustained break of 21.7. Okay, I said if it sustains a break above 21.7, then we can consider the bottom to already be in place. Since we did not break above 21.7 in a sustained fashion, I can't say with confidence that this was the second wave bottom. All right, so just to go over this quickly, we have our 5 waves up off the low right here, and that is forming a larger first wave. We then have a move downwards, which could have been the end of the second wave. It's still possible that's the end of the second wave right there, right? So this is the 2 scenarios I was talking about. Possibility that that's the bottom of that second wave, and this is still possible that this is the micro 1 and 2 before we break out and actually finally do sustain above 21.7. It is a possibility that's what we're seeing happen right now. And that can, that whenever that happens, we're going to see a move up into the 26, 27K area pretty quickly. The question really is just, are we going to see our bottom happen here and then up, or do we need to come down into this zone again in an expanded flat ABC and then go up from there? And right now, the action is quite unclear. It looks like corrective action off of this high. I mean, this does not look like an impulse down. That looks pretty clearly like an ABC. And so earlier today, I was pretty confident that we'd already struck our bottom there. But then obviously after the daily close, it kind of came back down, and it actually double bottomed it on Binance anyway, the exact same price at 20,510. Is it possible that is simply the end then? That's our double bottom and we're good, we go up from there? Yeah, that's absolutely possible. I just can't say it with any high confidence right now, unfortunately. If we went down to the 5-minute earlier today, it was looking like, this being a C wave within this correction here, we should have seen 5 waves down in an impulsive way. We saw 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 didn't quite reach the target here, which I thought was actually fairly bullish. We saw a really strong reaction. So I was looking for this to continue upwards, but like I said, obviously that wasn't in the cards. We came down a little bit more and double bottomed. Now, if we see an impulsive move, of course I'm going to be hitting the sack here, so I'm not going to be watching it. But if overnight this turns into a micro impulsive move, and then sort of pulls back, it might be another opportunity to kind of grab some longs there. That would be great. But it is of course possible that we just continue downwards as well and revisit that larger zone. So if that was going to be the case, again, I don't really see this as being impulsive on the way down, so that makes it more difficult to track for sure. But it's possible we get something that looks like this. 1, 2, that's really not even sufficient to be 3, even if it's going to be a diagonal. We probably need to push a little further down, honestly, but I mean, it did go a little further than 1. I don't know. Let's call it 3 for now, and then 4, and then 5. So we may just have one more lower low, and this would be an ending diagonal in the larger C wave. Essentially look something like this, right? So this is a possibility that we see something along these lines and basically come down into this zone again and maybe double bottom or just kind of retest this area, or I mean potentially we can extend a little further down, but I don't see any indication that should scare us that the bottom has not actually been struck though. I mean this looks pretty clearly like corrective action, like I said. So I'll just put this on as like an alternative here just so I can keep an eye on it. See if maybe that plays out. So basically I don't think there's really anything much that we can do right now. I'm already quite long, in my spot buys. I did quite a bit of spot buying on the way down here, and then did some more spot buying and leverage longs in this area. So basically I'm just going to wait at this point in time and see what ends up happening with this correction. Either way, I expect this to resolve upwards at some point in the near future. And I just can't say if it's going to come down here first and then go up, or if we're already done and we're going up already. Because this is, it is quite possible this is a first wave and a second wave. The only problem with that is this does not look impulsive, and I would really like it to look impulsive if we're going into the third wave. So that's my only issue with that. And kind of at this point leans me in favor of revisiting these 19 to 20K lows basically before we go up. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what the rest of the week brings and go from there. But like I said, I'm not bearish, I am bullish. And the only real bad sign would be if we break below that low again at this point. That would be not great. Especially if it goes below 15.7, that's really the line in the sand. So, making a new low, kind of threading the needle, making a new low, but not breaking 15.7 would concern me as far as the longer term prospects go. So as long as we're above that 17.6 area and nothing happens with the price action to really concern me, I do think that we are going to see another push up here in the near future. All right, hopefully that all made sense. If not, make sure you hop into the Discord group, Trade Like a Whale, and you can ask me about any of the analysis that I'm posting on YouTube. In the group there, I'm happy to chat and tell you what I'm seeing. So until Friday, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. Check out the suggested video. This just shows the long-term prospects on Bitcoin here that I'm looking at. And I will talk to you all on Friday. Have a great week.